Thought of doing a video today to explain the concept of one-way and two-way slabs. These are a concept which do confuse some students because they really can't explain what exactly is a one-way slab and what exactly is a two-way slab. Well, slabs can be classified in accordance to different we have different ways of classifying slabs, right? Number one maybe is the material used, so that if the slab is fully made of concrete, then we call it a solid slab, right? And if the slab is having some hollow parts, we call it a hollow part slab. Another thing, we can have on the basis of the restraints, support restraints, we can have simply supported slab, and we can also have restraint slabs, right? So okay, let me just write that down so that we can really see what I mean. Well, so I'm saying that slabs can really be classified maybe in terms of supports. Let me just erase that, and that is pathetic. So in terms of supports, so number one, maybe if you consider supports, then we can describe our slab as fixed, restrained, or we can describe our slab as simply supported, right? Simply supported just means if we have maybe there's a support here, this is the slab spanning from this point, this is another support, then we simply mean that this slab bends from edge to edge. That means there's zero moments at this point. This slab doesn't really transfer moments to the supports. At this point as well, the slab doesn't transfer moments to the supports, right? So we call that a simply supported. Well, restrained slab is a slab which transfers moments to the supports, so that if you have a slab there and there's a support and there's also a support, then we'll have some hogging. We'll have some hogging moments. So we'll have some hogging moments here, right? So that is called a restrained slab. This one is restrained, this one is simply supported. Yeah. So as I said again, slabs can be classified in terms of the material used. If it is made of fully concrete, then we can call a slab a solid slab, right? And if it is made of hollow parts, then we call it hollow part slabs. Well, there is also another classification, that is how the slab distributes the load. So let me say load distribution, right? Load distribution. Let me just say load distribution, right? So in terms of load distribution, we can classify our slabs into two, right? Number one is one-way slab, and number two is two-way slab, right? So what do I mean by one-way slab? Just have a look. If let me say one-way here, one-way slab. Okay, one-way slab, one way. I'm using a mouse to write, that is why I'm really struggling with it, but I think I'm passing the information. That is what is very important, right? So we have one-way slab. So one-way slab, what is one-way slab? I've said that we can classify slabs in two ways, one-way or two-way slabs, considering how the load is distributed to the supports, right? So let me show you. if we have this a slab like this, if it is a slab like this, and this one is the longer side, this one here is the longer side, let us call the longer side as LX, I mean LY, let us call it LY. Then the shorter side, we call that LX, right? We call that LX. So LX. So a slab is called one way if it only distributes its load to only two supports, right? So in this case, if this slab, if let me say this one is, let me say in this case we have LY to be maybe 20, and LX to be 5, right? LX to be 5, right? So how do we know that it is a one-way slab or a two-way slab? So what we've said is that a one-way will distribute its load to only these directions, right? So this one will distribute its load to this direction, right? This direction here. Then this part will distribute its load to this direction. That is, an assumption is made that these beams, the beams at the exterior, this point and this point, will not take any load, right? And the beams here will take half the load of that slab, and the beam here will also take half the load of that slab. So this one is called one way. Now let me just erase this one for now. Let me just erase this and explain it even better. So we've agreed that one way distributes its load to only two sides. What about two way? Two way distributes its load to both the sides, right? So if we have a slab here, there's a slab, maybe this one is the longer side, this is the longer side, this is the longer side, let's say it is 10 meters. The shorter side is say 6 meters, right? Say 6 meters. 6 meters. So a two-way slab will distribute its load to all the sides, you know, all the supports. So if this is our slab, then it will distribute its load to the support. So these are called yield lines. So it distributes its loads according to the theory of yield lines, you know. So if you have yield lines here, that means all this area, this entire area, this load will be coming to this support, right? Then this load here will be coming to this support, right? Then this load will be coming to this support, yeah. Then this load will be coming to this support, right? So once you're good with that, just as a recap, I was saying that one-way slab distributes its load only to two sides, right? Of only to two supports. Two-way slab distributes its load to all the supports, you know, of that slab. Good. So how do we know whether a slab is one-way or a slab is two-way? Now that we understand how a one-way slab behaves and a two-way slab behaves, how do we really know, right, whether one is a two-way slab or one is a one-way slab? Look, if this is from design the code books, you know, so so it depends with the book, the code book you're using. But then I think it's kind of the same in most of the design books, right? And the rule is always the ratio between the longer side to the shorter side. If it is less than, right, if it is less than 2, then we call this one a two-way slab. Two-way slab. Then if this ratio is greater than or equals to, if this ratio is greater than or equals to 2, then we call this slab a one-way slab. One-way slab. Now I'm saying that slabs can be classified according to different things. Number one is the support condition, where we have simply supported slab and restrained slab. Slab can also be classified according to the material used, so that we have solid slabs, we have waffle slabs, we have hollow pot slabs. Slabs can also be classified according to the load distribution pattern, right? So that we have one-way slab and two-way slab. In load distribution pattern, we can classify slabs into two, one-way slab and two-way slab, right? Yeah. So, and we've said that the ratio of the longer side to the shorter side, if it is less than 2, then we call that a two-way slab. If it is greater than or equals to 2, then we call that a one-way slab. So basically, that is it. That is really it. I don't think this one should frustrate you again, because I've explained it in the simplest terms possible. But then, in case you have any query, you have any questions, simply post in the comment section so that I'll go through and I'll respond to you. If this content is also good to you, please share it with other people. Make sure you also like and you subscribe to this channel, because I'll be putting them down. I'll be uploading most of the time such educative videos, because we want a society, we want to share knowledge, you know. There is nothing wrong with sharing knowledge. There is nothing wrong with making as many people knowledgeable as possible, you know. Yeah, so that is actually the sense of this channel. Like and subscribe if you want to see more research. Otherwise, I really do appreciate your time. Stay safe wherever you are. I'm in Kenya. I'm staying safe here. I hope wherever you are, you're staying safe. Tell me where you are. I'd also like to interact with you. Otherwise, thanks for your time. Let's meet again in the next upload. Thank you.